that bombshell reporting about Harvey Weinstein having sexually assaulted numbers of women over the years in the fall of 2017. But not only did the Me Too movement inspire E. Jean Carroll to come forward, it taught lawyers something about how to present a sexual assault case. It taught us that, one, you got to find other people that the victim told at the time, particularly if they didn't report it to police.
Yes.
And you find other accusers. And that's how you corroborate the story of a sexual assault victim who didn't report to police, never screamed, didn't behave in some of the ways that we societally expect those victims to behave. You find their friends and you find other accusers. And Lisa Birnbach and Jessica Leeds were two sides of that coin today in trial.
So Donald Trump is not testifying at this trial. Instead, he's in Scotland breaking ground on a new golf course. What is the significance of him not even showing up to trial, let alone not testifying?
On one hand, Donald Trump is trying to signal to this jury, this is beneath me. This isn't even significant enough for me to show up. That's how much of a liar this woman is. On the other hand, it's a very smart strategy for his lawyers to keep him away, because we've read excerpts of his deposition in this case. They were released as part of motion practice in the case in January. And that deposition was, Mehdi, just a disaster for Donald Trump. That's the deposition where, confronted with a picture of himself and his then-wife Ivana Trump meeting E. Jean Carroll and her then-husband John Johnson, he looked down and said, "Oh, that's Marla," mistaking her for his second wife, Marla Maples. The problem is that Marla Maples was exactly his type. In fact, he's been videotaped saying in a very bizarre way that he hoped his then one-year-old daughter would turn out to be every bit as beautiful as Marla Maples, and talked about particular physical attributes, right? So
I remember that.
Yes, it was quite disturbing. But if Marla Maples was his type, and then he looks at a picture of E. Jean Carroll and thinks it's Marla Maples, how then is it credible for him to say, she's not my type, which, as E. Jean Carroll testified, is basically a translation for she's too ugly to assault?
He does say some